families.
Let's talk big picture. And we may not get to Ukraine this time, but I'll bring you back. One, talking with Black Americans across the country after what's unfolded with the Vice President Kamala Harris. First go into Jacksonville, Florida, to take you on over curriculum in your state for education. And then you invited her to come and, you know what, debate it, talk about it. Yesterday she said no and has spent weeks bashing the curriculum. Let's watch.
They want to replace history with lies.
They suggest that enslaved people benefited from slavery.
There is no round table, no lecture, no invitation we will accept to debate an undeniable fact.
Also, this Black Republicans taking issue. Senator Tim Scott says there is no silver lining in slavery. Florida Congressman Byron Donalds, the attempt to feature the personal benefits of slavery is wrong and needs to be adjusted. The controversy all centering on one sentence, and I'm going to put it up on the screen here. Out of 216 pages, one sentence. Instruction includes how slaves develop skills, which in some instances could be applied for their personal benefit. Can you see any room, because it's probably not going to be a debate with any of these people, they seem strong about that, see any room to have that discussion with other blacks across the country as you're on the ground? What's it been like?
Well, first of all, those are criticisms in bad faith, Harris, because as you suggest, you know, there's hundreds of pages of painstaking detail. This was done by Black history scholars, most of whom were Black themselves. They are not shilling for slavery. They are showing the injustice of slavery. But that particular passage wasn't saying that slavery was a benefit. They was saying there was resourcefulness and people acquired skills in spite of slavery, not because of it. And then they use those when they achieve their freedom. Incidentally, Harris, Kamala Harris endorsed an AP African American history course, which we in Florida rejected because they had Marxist studies, they had other left-wing things in it, that had the same exact provision. And you've seen that same basic provision have been in other curricula. Nobody ever said anything. And indeed, nobody said anything about this. These guys put this together in a public fashion. There were comments. They were being praised because most states don't even have Black history standards. We're one of only 14 or 15 states. When we eliminated critical race theory, people lied then saying we didn't want to teach about the history of African Americans. In reality, that same bill required us to develop even stronger standards. And that's why this working group was created. So they did a good job. I think it's wrong to demagogue people, and I think that a guy like me, I'm fighting back against false narratives. I do not let people like Harris or the media take false narratives and run with it. We will stand our ground and we will speak the truth.
I look forward to covering you on the trail when you're having this discussion. That's the most I've heard you talk about it, and you right there clarified that sentence. It's interesting. It's an important conversation to have, and I'm glad you had it here on Focus. Good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Outnumbered next.